Hello, folks. Huffington Post is continuing its war on everything normal with a video about why feminism is good for men. I really feel like this is feminism's death knell. They are running out of steam in 2016, so now they need new members, and they are trying to recruit men as members. Let's see how well this goes.
Being a real man means being tough, strong,
Correct.
and definitely not girly or sensitive.
Correct.
But imagine if we could change all that.
Wait, stop. For the record, I don't want to change any of that. That's all great. You're not a man unless you have beaten the shit out of someone, had the shit beaten out of you, had your heart broken, and broken a heart. Those are the 4 minimums. Now, I would like to throw in maybe a bad acid trip and a threesome, but those are the 4 basics we need. There's no need to change those. Why are we changing those?
Imagine if you weren't considered any less of a man if you weren't to openly talk about your feelings. Or
Imagine you were considered no less of a basketball player if you couldn't
ballet
dunk.
class.
All right, guys, are you ready?
Whoa!
5, 6,
A tough black guy can ballet it up? Okay, first of all, by the way, no one shits on, what do you call a male ballerina? A ballerina? No one shits on those guys. We know how hard it is. No one, he does fucking ballet. No thanks. We know it's grueling, and in fact, when you think of a ballerina dude, you think gay or Russian, and if he's straight, you think, wow, he must get tons of skinny poon. So I don't know whose mind you think you're blowing by saying it's okay to do ballet. Yeah, thanks. And by the way, you know who does ballet? Like 32 guys. Thanks for blowing my mind with 32 guys. All right, what's this guy getting a fucking heart on his butt? All about options.
You want to be a nurse, a teacher, or stay-at-home dad?
Where's that tattoo going?
Deal. Stuffy gender roles say that a man has to provide. Feminism says, who cares? You're no less of a man if it's your wife that brings home the Tubmans.
Oh, gross! Stop. First of all, she was tattooing his ass. And I have a tattoo on my ass. It's a tattoo of an ass with a tattoo of an ass on it. That's acceptable. Otherwise, don't get a tattoo on your ass. And no, don't get a Harriet Tubman tattoo, dude. This is how you sell us your new view of manlyhood. A guy has a Harriet Tubman tattoo? I can't think of anything. It's not even gay or not masculine. It's just really, really weird. And, sorry, being a nurse is queer. A man should not be a nurse. And when I say queer, I mean very weird. And stay-at-home dad, I've noticed this is a push recently. There was another video, the U.S. State of Women, and they were talking about how stay-at-home dads are awesome and women in the workforce is great. I don't know why they're so determined to switch roles. I smell some sort of weird agenda here. But being a stay-at-home dad is for losers, okay? The acronym is accurate. SAD. And I'll tell you another thing, and this is evidence that I'm correct. Stay-at-home dads do not receive fellatio. Ever. A woman does not bust her ass all day in an office, fighting with men, doing power moves, finally getting the B&R account, and then come home, plop down her briefcase, and do anything remotely subservient in bed, especially to a guy wearing a bathrobe.
Seen a tremendous surge of women in the workplace, resulting in huge economic growth.
Okay, stop. This is another thing in the United States of women that comes up. It's great for the economy to have women in the workforce. Yeah, I don't like that. That's not great. Yes, a couple where men and women work do generate more money. You know what they generate more money for? Crap. Women buy a car so they can go back and forth to work. They all spend money on a vacation because they're so exhausted from busting their ass. And they'll be, busting their ass for some, I don't know, getting their hair did for $500. A lot of the stuff women spend their money on is crap. Look at Hillary Clinton wearing a $14,000 jacket during a speech recently. I thought the Hermes $10,000 bag was the most ridiculous female spending can get, but nope, that's nothing compared to a $14,000 shirt. So, yes, it does generate more income when women are slaves too. But we would like you maybe to let us provide for you. And yes, Women can stay at home and we can afford it if we don't spend tons of money on garbage. I grew up middle class in Canada with a mom who stayed home. And you know what? Our lifestyle would be considered brutally impoverished today. Back then it was upper middle class. But
this
continue, black economist.
place, we're actually talking about a healthy work-life balance. And now we have time for our hobbies. Hey, Frank.
Okay, stop.
Need help with...
You have time for your hobbies because you didn't have kids, and your hobbies are stupid. And yes, that includes video games. And no men knit. Okay? Again, they're proving the opposite of what they set out to prove. Men don't get Harriet Tubman tattoos, they don't knit, and 32 of them are ballerinas.
That pearl stitch?
None of those guys know what that kind of
shows
stitch
that
is.
couples who split the chores at home actually have more and better sex.
The more we can dismantle our
Stop. I've actually read the opposite. I read a study that said men who do chores at home get less sex. But what kind of a motive is this for women to let their ovaries dry up and bust their ass? You'll get laid more. Go ahead.
It's about how women look, act, and exist in the world. The more we should be able to do the same for men.
By the way, isn't it funny? You know that these actors that they chose in real life could not believe any of this shit less. You know that we've met people, right? Huffington Post. You know that we have friends. You know that we've been around the block before. This is a great video to send into outer space if you want aliens to think lies about Earth.
Did you guys know that countries that are closest to gender equality also have the happiest people?
Guys, look!
Okay, stop. That was a little awkward to say to a multicultural group. You know that these countries he's talking about are in Northern Europe, and they're pretty much 100% white, right? Don't go there, dude. You're going to regret it.
Can you accept this, Rose?
Yeah, that happens. Hey, guys, you want to come with me to the local bar, drink tequila sunrises and various cocktails, and watch chick shows? Doesn't happen. And once again with the left, they go, look, it's time to wake up to reality. And then they portray situations that don't even remotely exist. Once again, the left goes out to prove something and does precisely the opposite.